Another episode of Boat Pulls Work Edition. Alright, today we're doing another work edition. This is a little Auxie we got down here in the boat. This is, we call it a hotel set. It puts out a small amount of power just to keep the boat running and whatnot, refrigerators, ovens, all that stuff. We don't use it to try and do refrigeration on the main tank or anything like that. It just doesn't put out enough power, but this turns your boat into a little hotel. That's why it's called a hotel set. So, got everything we need to change oil on here. Right here. New filter, wrench for the plug, gloves so I don't get oil all over my hands. I don't need any more mercury in me, I'm sure. Funnel. And then this is to catch any excess oil that's going to be left in here after we pump it out. Now this here is a little pump. It runs to the bottom into the oil pan, and you just up and down and you pump it all out until it's empty, and then we're going to pull that off. We'll go ahead and jump to that. Okay, now that it's all pumped out, we're going to pull this plug, drain the oil out of the filter. And to do that, we're going to catch it in the old Joy soap bottle. Get a funnel in the top. First, we're going to loosen this plug so that we can get that on there underneath. There's not a lot of room on these engines. You got to get it just the right spot. Okay, now that it's loose, slide all this under there. Get it with our fingers. Take that out, and it should drain almost all the oil out. Every time you do this, you're going to get almost all of it. And then when you pull the filter, a little bit's going to spill, but that's why I got absorbent pads all over on the ground here. So we're going to let that drain and come back to it in a sec. Now we fill up and go through the top here. Pull that off. Put our funnel on there so we don't spill oil all over the place. And these things, because it's a smaller engine, doesn't take very much. It's usually about 2.5 gallons. Always start with 2, and then I just run it for a sec. That way it fills up the filter down there, and then I'll turn it off. And then check the dipstick, see where we're at. Oop, a little spillage happens. It doesn't like to drain all the way sometimes. But like I said, that's why we get the absorbent pads down there. Catches all of this. And then once we've run it to test and make sure we're good, it's just good to go. Oil change on these things is quick and easy. It does not take very long. I think maybe 10-15 minutes at most. And that's, now that that's done, we're going to hold in the oil safety. See if it goes. Alright, now that the oil pressure is up, we've got the oil run through everything, and we can check the dipstick, see where it's at. Wipe it off, make sure we get an accurate reading, put it back in, and out, and it is low. We'll get another ½ gallon, pour it on top, and it should be good. We'll get this last ½ gallon in there, and then check the dipstick one more time. Should be good. I've been changing oil on this particular engine for 25 years. So if you treat them right, it can actually last a very long time. However, I believe that this one is actually on its way out the door. There's a lot more smoke than usual, and these ones are, because they're smaller, the effort put into rebuilding them is actually not as cost effective as replacing them. Now on a main or a bigger auxiliary like we got in the other room, definitely rebuild those. Those are not cheap. Well, this isn't cheap either, but this is way cheaper. So I don't know, maybe we'll get one more year, maybe 2 out of it, but it's definitely struggling anymore. But we try to get every ounce out of it we can, so we're not wasting money. All right, we're gonna check that dipstick. That's settled a bit. We are just over full. I don't know if you can see that, which is perfect. Some people say, oh no, you gotta go below the line or you're gonna blow a gasket. Well, it's been 25 years and I've been going to the line or slightly over and everything's fine. No gaskets are blown. And that's it. Engine is oiled up and ready to go for another 200 hours. It's old, should probably do 150, get a little more out of it. But that's it. It's an easy oil change on your boat hotel set if you have one, or maybe you want one. Don't buy a wood boat though, you will never stop working on it.